It's a journey, y'all. It's called The Journey Within. That's what my friend said to me. She said,
Genius.
there's no greater journey than the journey within.
What's good, gang? What's good, tribe? Thank you for being the vibe. Welcome to another episode of The Daily Spread. Yo, haven't said that in a long time, but you know what it is, man. It's always a good time. So thank you for joining me today. I brought out this deck. I haven't used this one in a long time. It's actually called Sark's Creative Dream. I understand that this particular creator has made multiple decks before. But yeah, this is the one that was gifted to me, and let's see what the creative dream is that's being unlocked right here, right? Otherwise, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're keeping swell. And yeah, let's do the absolute most. Just checking that everything is good. I think we are. And we should be good to go. So yeah, as always, welcome to another episode of The Daily Spread. It's your host doing the most, G3E, the one and only, where we... Oh, hey, let me just drink something real quick. Where we are led, right? And we get into the bread. The throat chakra just had to open up real quick one time. But thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guardians. Thank you, ancestors. May this reading be swell, and in the highest vibration of love, we dwell. I mean, the first card we saw there was time. So it's like, how we've been doing with our time, you know? How are we spending our time? Are we making the best of our time? And, you know, I'm reminded that time and time again, I'm always led to coming here because Spirit be like, yo, we're trying to, you know, get a message through you for the collective. And, okay, what? This one here in the middle. Ooh, we got something about love. But yeah, man, just make yourself a vessel, okay? Positive challenge. Okay, let's take this one as well. Okay, you wanna go with these? Okay, cool. Let's get them out. Oh, by the way, at the back of the deck, we've got gifts. So definitely something's coming through, something's coming in. What are these two? Love again. Wow, love two times. So it's like maybe love with you and another person. I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what we got popping over there. Again, we're back with the mixed up deck of the wild spirit, as well as the tarot, the wild unknown, wild animal spirit, and the wild unknown. So I'm just gonna take whatever cards wanna pop out of here. Let's see what we got at the back. We got the bee. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. In fact, all these background cards I'm gonna just leave to the side. And then, in fact, okay, Spirit's like, okay, hold up on this one. Okay, I think let's start with what we've got already, because we already have some tarot here. Yeah, as always, Archangel Michael, come through, gang. Thank you for protecting the reading. Yeah, I mean, for us to get love two times, I think, you know, things are multiplying. The love is doubling up. I think it's time that, you know, masculine, feminine come together, they meet up. There's a union definitely taking place, you know. If this is not masculine and a feminine, it could be you and your spiritual team. As always, like, I think about the collective that I'm reading for, and there's so many different energies, there's so many different things happening at the same time. But, you know, with me being led to putting the judgment card in reverse on the left-hand side, it's to say, you know, don't be afraid, or like, don't resist the calling, you know. I also think it could also speak to like a lack of judgment thereof, is to say like, you don't know how this union is going to happen or how it's going to come in. So when it does come in, don't now like mess up the opportunity. Don't like fumble the bag as well, you know. Don't have a lack of judgment about what is really love, what is true to you. These cards do have other messages underneath them, but something that's coming through for me right now is just the fact that they are the same, and they are saying yes, yes, yes on this side. So it's like, how many signs, how many confirmations are you going to want to receive or get to confirm that this love is actually meant for you, it's actually true? Again, I think, I'm thinking right now about like Shiva, Shakti, and again, masculine, feminine, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, you, your spirit team, you, your higher self. It's like there's just this bridging of time and space that is actually taking place right now. I'm also, as I look at this judgment card, I'm seeing how there was like a dark period as well. I mean, with all of these blackbirds, and then we've got the dove as well. It's like your light is going to emerge whether you like to put your light out there or not, or whether you want it to be seen or not. And I think that it's like, it's giving that feeling of like every time is a good time. There's no time is like, any other good time or opportune time for you to be your best self and express yourself in the best way that you can. When I think about judgment and in terms of like following your calling and actual judgment taking place, it's like, there's a timing that happens. There's like a court case, there's a date, there's a time, there's a venue. So it's like, however this love comes in, it will be in the most unexpected way. You don't think it's going to happen in a certain way. And, I'm seeing all like this little pest that's flying around. I don't know if you guys can even see that. But anyway, it's like, I wasn't even expecting that little fly or whatever it was to pop in here. And, here it is. It popped in. And then, what? It's like, with me also seeing the dove and this card in reverse, it's like what was being suppressed is going to be revealed. It's almost like this judgment was delayed, or this ruling, this union was delayed for a long time, and now it's finally coming in. So that's what I'm getting there with the judgment in reverse. I'm also just getting something about you and following your path and just having a light, and perhaps your light being suppressed because you felt that you wanted love, you wanted like a divine partnership, or it's even like the love in the things that you're pursuing, where it could be like, you want support, you want a cheerleader, you want somebody who's in your corner, who's gonna like ultimately push you to being the best you. And I'm actually now being there to looking at this on the right hand side, where you see the positive challenges, positive challenges and the resources, right? It's like when you and your higher self come together, you start to embrace the positive challenges, because it's like you're bringing out the best in each other. And for me to even say or stumble on challenges so much, it's like, you know what? You're going to make your way through regardless of whatever happens, right? And I mean, here we go with the resources. The funds are coming in. I mean, resources could be in all forms, right? I'm thinking about the pentacles right now. So it could be money, time, energy, to do with your business, your home, your career, even school, depending on where you are right now. But it's like, can you actually see the positive side to these challenges, Right now, what does it say here with this person? Proud procrastinator. I'm just thinking about how, like, we would always like gaslight ourselves sometimes into thinking that, okay, certain things are going to happen at certain times. But when you get to realizing that you procrastinate so often, then you end up being more accountable. Then you actually recognize that, hey, I'm a procrastinator. Then you actually put means or measures or routines in place to make sure that you are the best you. And I'm thinking now, with this person having been a proud procrastinator and them like stretching their arms out, it's like, this is something that I was. Now I'm living my truth. And now I'm actually taking that as a positive challenge to say, if I'm going to procrastinate about something, then that means that there is actually an inclination for me to go towards it. So let me use it as a challenge to actually push myself to go in that direction. And what is not only pushing you that direction, but actually elevating you is, I'm looking at how, with all of these like strings or ties to each letter of the word resources, it's like a balloon. This person is being carried up or lifted up by these resources. So I'm seeing an increase in your resources, this being your money, your time, your ability, and your capability to even express yourself. Because I mean, just look at all the colors here, If I look at what's happening, I'm definitely seeing quite a lot of yellow. So that would be, I mean, even with the B card over here, you know, the yellows, the greens are coming together. And it's interesting, there's like 3 yellows, 3 greens, and then we've got blues and reds also popping up. But I feel like it's that integration that's happening here where you seeing that all these different energies are coming together and they are the positive challenges. And it's like you're opening yourself up to them. Like energy is just being made available to you to work with. You know, it's like it's very malleable, it's very fertile at this time for you to actually like pull things together. And I mean, just look here on the right hand side, we have the pentacles again. I mean, it's the spider. You know, when I look at this card, I think of us as ourselves like being spiders, where we create our own world. We are like creating our own web as well. Like think about the World Wide Web. So it's like a world in itself where you've created your network, you've created your net, where the further you spread your net, the more things that you're able to catch. And there I was like just speaking about this fly that came in and it was caught in this space. You know, it just felt like, I want to be here. I want to be part of the reading, you know. But of course, man, let's cleanse and clear the vibes one time, you know. Thank you, Spirit, man. We appreciate. All right, thank you, man. Thank you. But yeah, let's proceed. I think, like I was saying, for us to think of ourselves as spiders and how far and wide we cast our net, it's a matter of saying, with you exploring these different parts of yourself, different aspects of yourself, like your creativity, you know, exploring how you use your time, trying different opportunities, you know, different ventures, different tenders, different, I don't know, there's just, it's coming to, of course, I mean, it's the 8 of Pentacles. It's like we've been working on this thing for a long time. I'm also thinking about the time it takes for a spider to actually build a web. And it's like, if your web is going to be the world, it's this huge gift. It's like it took you some time to get to this point where you were even able to attract these opportunities, these people, these experiences that are now going to be like in your aura or in your space so that you can yield the results of them. And it's like you've caught all these different gifts, you know, that's why I'm being led to this. And it's like now it's a matter of being willing to be the spider that actually goes the distance, like takes the steps towards these different things. And you know, it's one step at a time. So as much as you are working, it's also a reminder to be focused, to be, you know, tunnel visioned in a sense. It's like you're going to focus on one of them and follow that path, follow the, you know, the steps along that web so that you can get that pentacle and bring it back to you. You know, you're bringing in the funds, bringing in the resources. Exactly. So it's interesting. Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know, resources here has 9 letters. And again, look at the yes, guys, we have yes 6 times. Goodness gracious, that's crazy. But I was just thinking about how, you know, there's 8 pentacles here, but there's 9 letters to resource. So it's like there is a progression that is taking place here. And what came through to me right now with this little shiver that I just felt is that the 9th pentacle, or the progression from this 8, 9, 10, you know, this wealth building, is actually going to come to you over time. It's like being able to trust that the steps will be revealed as you continue to progress, as you continue to take your steps forward, you know. And I actually love this very much. And it's about you trusting that, you know what is yours. You know, we've always heard that saying. But then again, that shouldn't make you shy away from actually taking the steps, because if you keep thinking to yourself like, hey, what is mine, then you will think that like you don't actually have to work, you don't actually have to do anything. So I'm thinking about this story right now about how I was working at the crystal shop, and we sell incense, right? And there's this incense called money drawing or attract money incense, right? And somebody thinks like, nah, all I need to do is like light up this incense and all this money is gonna come in. But I mean, the burning of the incense is only one part of it. You still have to put yourself out there. You still have to do something to open up the channel, you know, to like help this money like come through, manifest, become real, like thoughts to reality type of a thing. So, oh wow. Hey man, it's time. Cling. One more time. What? Maybe it's a reminder just to stay hydrated. You know, we gotta drink something. So if you are out here needing to, sip a beverage, definitely do that. But again, I'm gonna take that as confirmation. Things are coming 2 times. I think it was like 14:49 just now on the timer, but yeah. If I remember, I'll just put whatever that angel number is, 14 as well as 49. But again, let us not be proud procrastinators and actually realize that, you know what, the universe, spirit, angels, guardians, ancestors, even Archangel Michael is protecting us and presenting things to us in an integrated form where, it's like these things are like coming as gifts. They're coming packaged, and this is actually what I'm seeing over here with this card as well. I mean, in this one, there is, a bookshelf. There's like, it almost looks like a day bed, and then more books again, and, tea, a mug there. So it's like, as you pursue knowledge, as you pursue, your studies, and even rest as well, you're going to get more things coming to you. Even with this bed, I'm looking at how it has all these stars and like, little scribbles on it. So it's like there's something about journaling, and it's like you set an intention for all the things that are actually going to come in for you right now. So I think that's very powerful. I actually want to see what this gift card says at the back of it, because like I mentioned, these cards do have something. Wow, clock of forgiveness. It says, this clock doesn't keep time, but gives it to you in the kindest measure. If you're rushed, time slows down. If you need it to, time speeds up. You now realize that time is entirely your perception and there is always enough. Wow, this is so apt for this time. I was working on a playlist, right? So that's something I do, for the journey within and all of that. But so I like to make playlists themed around certain topics or areas that I am working on, and it's so crazy. I made one called Cycles of Time, and before that I called it Master of Time or Time Master, something of that sort. But it's interesting like how, this card speaks to how time is for us to ultimately conjure up, if you think about time and the perception of like Chronos and Kairos, whether it's the going of time in a linear form, the quantity of time, but then also the time in the sense of it being like qualitative, where you don't necessarily concern yourself with how much time there is, but what is being done within that time, the value of it. So it's like with all these gifts, gifts 2 times, my G, hey, we clinking 2 times, love 2 times. Ooh-wee. Yeah, no, and there we are, 2 cards, 2. Oh my word. And on each of these cards with the yes, there's 2 yeses. So definitely 2. Things are coming into balance. I'm even thinking about like a motorbike, that type of sound. But I'm also thinking about, like Noah's Ark, going in 2 by 2. So wow. That's amazing. That's crazy. And it's interesting how like, on this side there's 2 hearts and on this side there's 2 people. It's like you guys are actually gonna balance each other out in the sense of like, maybe one of you is very much good at embracing challenges and the other one comes through with the resources. So if resource was a challenge, you bring the positivity to them. If they didn't have the positivity to them, they bring the resources to you. And again, flip and reverse the roles as necessary. This could be you and a business partner, you and your spirit team, you and your divine counterpart. Like, hey gang, I don't know. But it just definitely feels very much high vibrational, especially with us getting love over here, and to love is wow. Love is, man, I'm even just feeling it right now. Love is beautiful. Love is kind. Love is so hard to find at times, but you know what? Maybe that's why it was shielded, why it was so hidden by this judgment card. So yes, someone in this collective is definitely like feeling the challenges of finding love and being open to love and still being optimistic and positive about love. It's like, is this love actually gonna bring something good into my life? But then also, can love be the gift, and look at that, 2 gifts. Can it be able to recover lost time in a sense? Just coming back to the thought about the clock as well of forgiveness. It's like, can you forgive yourself for the past mistakes that you've made as well in love, in pursuing love, in, being procrastinating, in your calling, in the things that you've wanted to do, maybe not even having good judgment in certain actions or choices that you've made in the past as well. Maybe even financial decisions, also decisions regarding, how you spend your time, like you wasted time in that partnership, in that relationship, in that business, at that job, pursuing that big thing that you thought was going to work for you, but it actually didn't, but somebody convinced you that it was. So I'm also getting something about, again, being able to trust yourself, being able to forgive yourself, and know that, God, Jesus, angels, ancestors, whatever spirit you resonate with, they can bring things in 2 by 2 in multiples, and you can recover this time. Anything that you felt that was quote unquote lost was actually maybe just being prepared and packaged up, because it's a gift, right? You're gonna get it in a beautiful way. The question that it prompts us here is, how can you and your creative dream use this new clock of forgiveness? Describe it. Wow, I just felt so many shivers right now. I mean, if we have time being given back or returned to us, I mean, we can forgive our past mistakes, right? And realize that they were just lessons. They were opportunities or challenges that are positive, that were meant to bring out a certain aspect of us, something that needed to be elevated or learned, and then ultimately applied and integrated so that we can be the best selves or our best versions or the best dreamers as well. So yeah, this clock of forgiveness, if I'm to think about it for me, and I think it's going to resonate with someone as well, is to say, for the times when I didn't use my time wisely, for the times when I didn't pursue those inclinations, follow my intuition, I would actually rewind time and honor my younger self and the dreams that my younger self had. So, apply that to your situation. I think you would also know what best applies to you, because if you dream something, then you can manifest it, you can make it real. And now this clock of forgiveness is to say, yes, you've learned the lesson. And I'm also thinking about what forgiveness is. I mean, forgiveness, it's for ourselves ultimately. Even if you asked for if you made an apology to someone, you don't even know if they're gonna forgive you or not. And on their side, forgiveness is for them. It's a means of release of energy. So can we use this time to release past energies? What's that verse? Ecclesiastes 3:6. There's a time for everything. A time to weep, a time to be joyous, a time to fly, a time to crash, a time to live, and a time to be unalived. But I think, appreciating that things happen at the right time and not to be so judgmental of that time and how it appears. I think that's really powerful, man. I think that's really, really dope. Let's see what this other one is for the gifts. And resources again, my G. Cooking up the drip out here. What do you do? Hey! Ooh, deep gratitude, so much to be thankful for. Thank you, God, man. Thank you, God. We here. It's Young Money. Going to big money. Hey, we got the resources, gang. It starts off small, but it goes big. And we're not just saying it goes 2 by 2, and here we are getting these messages 2 by 2. That's crazy. It's interesting because we have this positive challenge one time. I'm getting the sense of because you've changed from being a procrastinator, you've now isolated your challenges. You've found a way to put them into context as to, oh, this is why this person's doing this. This is why I'm experiencing this. I think there's a greater understanding to the things that you're going through, and you're seeing the positive side of it, which is why it's so isolated. Oh, wow. Spirit's cooking up. Thank you for choosing me as the messenger. But yeah, let's see what you got. Ooh, you guys, you already have this thing. Hey, you already have it. It's been granted. 24, 23, 24, 24. We're moving in the twos, But it says here, the best gift you can give yourself and your creative dream is deep gratitude. This means focusing on all that you feel grateful for and expanding that feeling each day. This will draw more goodness to you. Oh, man, are we not just gonna focus on this love, gang? I was thinking about the chakras, and it's like I even got like so sidetracked with me thinking about sacral, like because all the chakras are here, all of them are here. There's a beautiful integration taking place, but I'm just being led to the heart chakra with all this green that I'm seeing right now. It's like really standing out. And I mean, even this deep gratitude is, again, it's green too. So it's like, let's get back to the heart space, let's get back to the heart space. I even put 2 crystals for green here. I've got a jade, and I've got some, what is this? Some moss. This is sea moss over here. What is it? Moss agate. There we go. I was about to say sea moss. Maybe somebody does need to start taking CMOS. Maybe that's, I always trust the messages as they come through. But yeah, man, let's be grateful, guys. I say it often in my videos or messages, readings, whatever, channelings, that what we appreciate appreciates. When you are grateful, you'll have more things to be grateful for, and that just changes the frequency. And if you're in the love frequency, in the gratitude frequency, why not attract more of that? Because that just brought in more resources, brought more time, more energy, more opportunity, more whatever it is that you are trying to bring in. That's a resource. I mean, even love could be a resource. I also get that, the opposite side to this could be pain. You have transmuted pain, but you realize that pain is just an energy to work with, and there you are now using this energy as a positive challenge. Like, come through with your nonsense, come through with your challenge. And challenges are just opportunities to learn. I'm even looking at the 2 L's in challenge. Of course, we were moving 2 by 2. Look at this micro movement as well. Again, small steps are still steps. I'm taking that as a synchronicity as to why I turned this over. Small steps are still steps. You have to move, and that's what the spider did, right? It built it over time, little by little. Interestingly, wow, Spirit's like now leading me to see this, how your gifts have always been your gifts. They've always been there. And you see how from the spider web it spreads out, and also from the light of this dove it also spreads out. It's like you needed to remove this darkness. You needed to remove this debris. Ooh, you see I'm even scratching my nose right now. We're sniffing this thing out. Like, ooh, it's coming through. It's coming through. There's so much popping in right now about how, okay, they're telling me to lift up the 2, man, because we're going in the 2s. It's like, once this debris was cleared, once all the negativity was cleared, now it was actually clear. The path was cleared for you to actually go and pursue the things that you wanted or that you have. Oh, my ears ringing. Goodness gracious. Wow, man. It's like your truth was hidden. A truth was hidden, and now this truth is about to be revealed about your abundance, about your wealth, about your opulence, and it's because you've remained grateful, you've remained pure, you've remained true. And there was a period where there was a lack of judgment, a lack of discernment, but now you've been rewarded or gifted this because you've spent all this time in study, in working hard, in not only building yourself, but these like different parts of you, which is why there's this integration taking place. You spend some time on your heart, on your passion, on your creativity, your sexuality, your mind, your thinking, your responsibility, like all the chakras. Like, wow, man. Oh man, I mean, I'm even seeing how all the colors are like around this card as well. So definitely an integration taking place. Whoa, wow. Ooh, the boy just got all these shivers, gang. Like, yo, I'm feeling like a strong masculine presence right now. It's like love, protection, and it's like that firmness, It's like it's so like strong. It's like foundational. It's like I'm saying, it's very firm. It's solid. It's concrete. And I think that's what's happening right now, is that a firm foundation is being established. And wow, Spirit's coming through with the sauces right now. And again, you're just being rewarded for you having taken all these movements, Wow. Taking steps in the right direction, acknowledging yourself. Because I mean, even this procrastination is like, yeah, you've taken accountability. You've recognized like I was the procrastinator, or I still am the procrastinator, but I do take steps. I do move forward. And that's actually what's bringing in these resources. Of course, if you weren't procrastinating and just on the money all the time, you would have yielded some results. But now here's the silver lining to it, is that you've recognized it. So that's why you're taking these small steps to improve on it. That's very powerful. Just to clear up on this card, it says, what and who are you grateful for? Make a list, either by speaking or writing. Were we not just saying something about journaling, about scribbles over here? You know, not only is it now in the sense of like having set intentions for things that you'd like to achieve and how they are coming in, which were once shielded, where there's now a clear path. But I think, you know, as you continue to journal and write, that's the release of the energy. That's you being able to put it out into the universe. And not only now having your own ability and capability to rely on, but in the universe as well, trusting that they will actually bring through these messages, these signs, these synchronicities, and the blessings, the resources, the love, the more positive challenges, because new levels, new devils, you know, you make it to a new level and there's new things on that plane or that plateau. So yeah, also just check what's in your plate, you know, like what are you feeding your mind, your soul, your body? I think there's something about that as well, you know, like you having acknowledged your influences and the things that you are taking in that are like affecting how you show up and who you are ultimately on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, that's very powerful. You know, speak, write, getting some throat chakra again. You know, it's not only about speaking or listening or writing in this case, but it's also about taking responsibility. So when you realize what you're grateful for, it's your responsibility to appreciate it as well. You know, it's like, I have this nice car, so I'm going to look after it. You know, you're responsible for it. You know, you have all this time. You're going to make the best of the time that you have. You're responsible. What's that saying? With great power comes great responsibility as well. So it's like, if you've been given all this love, all these gifts, all these resources, are you the person or the vessel that can carry them, that can hold them? So that's the positive challenge right now, is to see like, ooh, how can I be the best version of me? Who does embody love? Who does, you know, work hard towards evolving, expanding? And then again, it's your web. It's, you have a clear path to doing exactly that. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what we got on this side as well. Hey, the boys coming through. The Spirit's coming through. What a cool gang. I love this. This is beautiful. So micro movements. It says, these are teeny tiny movements that cause huge creative change. Most of us assign ourselves tasks that are too large and then get frustrated at our lack of pace or of progress. Micro movements are 5 seconds to 5 minutes in length, with a gentle date and time written down. Ooh, this is nice. I love this so much because, you know, it speaks to also having these big goals, but then being able to like break them down into small parts and realizing that, you know, by breaking them down, you can achieve things incrementally over time. I'm even thinking about how, you know, James Clear would speak about habit stacking, and you try one thing and do one thing and you get good at it, and then you eventually introduce something else on top of that. And over time, you realize like, oh snap, I've been doing certain things all my life, but because now I've found time to introduce these other habits, now you've stacked them all up, and now you're very much like a well-functioning or well-oiled machine. But then also to be kind with yourself as you're like making these micro movements, because you're going to try things out. You're going to figure out what's good, what doesn't work, what's good, what's quote unquote bad, but what's the lesson, right? So I think that's very dope that you have this opportunity to revisit your dreams, get creative about them as well. And you know, I'm looking at this bee right now, this integration of the heart and the sacral, or the heart and the solar plexus. I'm also getting that with the orange, but it's like this energy or this area within you where these chakras are placed is now like coming together so that you can yield some honey, you know, yield the fruits of your labor. I definitely see that, you know, you expressing the love, you know, if I'm thinking about them together, is what's going to yield to more. So like I was just saying right now that I love getting these synchronicities, these channelings. And someone else might love drawing, painting, whatever dream that you have a dream to move houses to a new country, to a new place, a new state, wherever you are. But like, follow those nudges ultimately is what I'm getting. And again, with me scratching my nose, we're sniffing this thing out. Ooh, somebody likes cooking, somebody likes being around like plants and like just aromatherapy. I'm getting something about candles as well. Fragrances, perfumes. I don't know, you're probably gonna make a perfume, or you like bringing in certain fragrances or odors, incense as well. I mean, yeah, that's just the vibe that's coming through right now. But anyways, look at this creative dream: travel to Europe. Oh wow, and paint. Come on, bro, what it do? So micro movement Friday at 1 p.m. Take my passport application out and fondle it lovingly. Now you choose one and write it down. When you're ready, you'll choose another and another. So look at that. Like, you want to travel to Europe to paint, which is the big goal. But the first step is you just like holding on to like your passport. Like, how crazy is that? That's like real small micro movements. And I think that's powerful. And I mean, that's what the spider does, right? Micro movements, like turning that, I don't know what it uses, but I was about to say turning water to wine, but it's taking that time. It's a miracle, right? All these gifts, but it's like tuning this little string, and like it's producing it little by little. It's going through, it's gathering its resources, and it's excreting this, I don't know, whatever substance it uses to make the web, but it takes time. So it's those micro movements, little by little, that expanded this web. So, yo, man, that's so powerful. That is so powerful. Again, with the bee, I'm getting something about honey, milk and honey. I think it's, speaking to just like opulence, lap of lux, some luxury, some, just good vibes, good times, and, being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor because you've been working hard, I think this is a very loving and confirmation. I was about to say confirmative, but I feel like it's affirmative. That's what I wanted to say. It's like it's affirming someone who has been working very hard, that, love of yourself, love with you and another. I'm even getting something about somebody having love with like a parent or a child, something along those lines. For me to even have scratched my head just now, it's like even, love with you and they could have even passed on, or crossed over, that now you're connecting to them. They like dropping things and signs into your head about things to do. They actually have become your guide, this loving ancestor, family member, ascended master guide. Like, yeah, I'm just getting a sense of like a grandmother, grandfather. It's like it's coming through. That's like, yo, these energies on the other side are just like really supporting you and loving you right now. But it definitely feels more like a maternal energy now. At first I was feeling a masculine energy, which is like grounding this thing here on earth, our heaven on earth. But then it's like this maternal energy on the other side is like, helping this judgment come to pass and helping clear this negativity, debris, bad places, situations, and so on. And that's how these energies are now ultimately being integrated and coming together. It's like you're spreading your aura, because again, I mean, just look at this bee. Wow, I've got the dolphin in reverse. Just look at this bee, how it's like it's got this wave, it's like things are happening in waves. And we were just now thinking or getting something about the time and how the time comes back. So it's like, here we have a dolphin. When you make the wave, you ride the wave. So it's like, can you trust that things are happening as they should, in time? And then again, you not procrastinating, but you taking these steps and these movements towards it. So don't judge the movement. As long as you're moving forward, you are moving forward. I just saw 38:59, and I'm thinking about 59 being like literally right there before like we move to the next like minute or the next hour. So it's like you're so close to what it is that you need to achieve. Don't fall back now. And I think that's exactly what I was saying at the beginning about like you came this far on a journey. You didn't come this far to come this far. And that's very powerful. And yeah, don't shy away from swimming. Don't shy away from like immersing yourself, even sometimes in tough challenges or situations, because you need to look at it as a positive, because the darkness is ultimately going to be removed, and because of your light, because of your dedication, your willingness to, you know, follow through with your intention, your word, your commitment, you know, it's being recognized, it's being seen. And I mean, you're getting your honey, right? You're getting your gifts, your honey, your love, you know, like, hey honey, hey babe, type of a thing. But I think it's also a greater love of self. And it's like, even if this guide wasn't able to give you, oh, they're coming through again, they weren't able to give you all this love in this lifetime that they were here in your existence. So now they're gonna bless you in other ways, through love, in the things that you do, in love, in a divine counterpart, in, you know, wow, like they so many, they want to bring love in so many different ways, man. But I love this. I love this. And again, we were speaking about the yellows, you know, and it's like, yes, 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 yes. Oh, do I want like love of self? Yes. Do I want love of God? Yes. Do I want love of fill in the blank? And it's a yes. You know what I mean? Yes. More, please. Bring it in, gang. Bring it in. Thank you so much. But yeah, I think let's close this. Let's get something interesting. Okay, they're saying take this one. Okay, let's get. Okay, I just needed to split the deck and let's see what we got. Okay, one more. Okay, we're going 5, gang. All right, let's see what we got over here. And again, I shuffled this before, but I'm just trusting, again, as always, trusting spirit, man. Okay, so I'm gonna take this as our closing message, right? I'm just gonna, you know, do a real chop and switch here. So let's see. High Priestess in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, 6 of Cups in reverse, the Emperor upright, and King of Wands in reverse. Wow. You know, with all the major arcana cards, 3 majors, 2 minors, it's like it's funny, I'm saying 2 minors and I'm thinking about 2 children. I don't know if you have 2 children or you're going to get 2 children. And I'm of course now being led to look at the 6 of Cups, which has, you know, speaks to like the past and maybe your younger self as well. But yeah, there's something about 3 adults and 2 children or something about that. I don't know what it is, but it's like some kind of a union of like, I don't know, maybe there's like a blended family or something. I don't know. But anyway, let me just bring these into view for the other camera so that, you know, it's just making sense and everything. But it's like, this is not a time for you to forsake your intuition. This is a time for you to really and truly see yourself and what it is that you're about. Know that, you know, because of time coming back in, the balance coming back in, I'm, you know, even looking at the yin and yang, what was once seemed uprooted is actually taking root. And it's because you left the things in the past. You know, I'm also getting something about time and change as well, that, you know, the Wheel of Fortune for me upright would have meant like, you know, the change is actually taking place, or it's visible, it's known, it's seen. But here it's like, don't fret about how it appears. I mean, if I include the Judgment card, we have 4 major arcanas here. So it's like that one major thing that you don't see is actually going to pop up in the way that you least expect it, because this energy is here, but it's now coming across as, ooh, okay, you know what, Spirit, I'm going to need you to confirm on this one time. Give me one more for the Wheel of Fortune, like what you're saying, gang. Ooh, yeah. You know what? It's like you wanting this change to come in a certain way, but it felt like it was delayed, or, you know, the worst thing you can do is like forsake your intuition because you don't see the thing. It's like, do you trust that it has been manifested, or because you've set the intention that it's now being worked in the spiritual realm and it's actually going to come down to you, you know? So it's like, if you once thought that things were not in your favor, think again, you know? Ooh, okay. You know what, Spirit? Let's just like go round two. Just like give me some more here. Just give me some more here. Ooh, you know what? Like I was saying, it's not a time for you to forsake your intuition right now, or even put down what you've been doing in terms of your gifts. This is time to, again, not procrastinate. This is time to yield your power. That's coming through very much strongly right now. And I mean, with the Chariot at the back of the deck, it's like this is all happening because there was a delay, because things were like caught in the pit. And look at that, the Lovers. It's like your true love, your passion, the way that you truly express yourself was suppressed or hidden from you. This great divine union, and that's what was coming through with the Lovers together, with the two loves together. So yeah, definitely divine unions coming through. I'm feeling like shivers all over again. Like wow, like a whole lot of love is coming through, and it's like it's because of that stagnation. And look at this, Two of Wands. Did we not just say things are moving 2 by 2, gang? Wow, Spirit's coming through, and it's being manifested because of the plan that you had. You following through. You had a blueprint, you had an intention, you set something in motion. Wow, that's really dope. Interestingly here with the Six of Cups in reverse and then the Four of Pentacles, it's like it's like the opposites of each other, like 1 5 5 1. You've definitely grounded some type of an energy. You've grounded the dream, actually. I think you've practicalized how you need to move forward with things. And that's exactly why you're taking these macro movements, is because now you see that to honor your younger self, or to leave the past in the past, you needed to integrate those energies, those experiences, so that you could actually be the best you. Okay. In this new era of you being the star, I mean, my ring just fell here with the star. And it's like, with this Emperor card, it's showing the roots. And then on this side with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like has the same roots, but in reverse. So it's like what once uprooted you is now going to be your foundation, is going to root you. And, with me even seeing the Four of Pentacles right here in the middle, it's coming through. It's like that's actually what brought this energy together, because it was grounded, it was solid. We're speaking about foundations being built as well. But it's like even in this new foundation, and here's this masculine energy coming through. You the Emperor, gang. You're the king. And the Emperor is, I view it as like all of the kings together, right? And it's like in your strength, in your power, in your ability and capability that you now have, because it's a new day, the sun has risen. And look at that, even the Fool card has this light, and I'm seeing the light there and all of that. It's like, don't disobey your intuition, don't disobey your manifestation, or even what God, angels, ancestors, your guides are guarding, but also guiding you towards in terms of what it is that you need to create. It's not a time to be foolish. It's a time to really like understand the gift that's being given to you. Like you being given a kingdom, and the worst thing that could happen is you being foolish. Or like we're seeing here, the last thing here is like not understanding the power that you have, not yielding it and actually enacting it, stepping into your strength, stepping into your power, or also not taking time to go within. So, okay, Spirit's actually telling me now like, oh dude, this Hermit in reverse, it's actually speaking about putting yourself out there. Oh snap. It's coming through in 2 ways, because again we're coming 2 by 2, and again with this King of Wands, I mean there's 2 wands there, one on fire and one that's not just chilling, but it's got its spark as well. It's like you are, as the Hermit, like coming in and out of Hermit mode, and when you come out of Hermit mode, do what you need to do, go back into Hermit mode, recharge all over again. So yeah, I'm getting something about like, you understanding your own rhythm, your own cycle, as to how you're going to work and use your power and your strength to enact these beautiful changes, bring out these gifts, these resources, this love to be its greatest. And yeah, I think let's leave it right there. 494. Peace and love, gang. Yay. What do you do? Thank you for joining me for the Daily Spread. Peace.